Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Salem by Night, our continuing Vampire the Masquerade chronicle set in 1984, Salem, Oregon, 4 years after the Beckoning has claimed the elders of Vampiric Society and left a vacuum. We are going to see now our three characters that we have been following their introductions. We have the fabulous and friendly at Ashes to Smashes. We have the fantastic variety gamer at JoyToy13, and the co-host of Have Half Doubled podcast, who only has two friends according to him, at Brandock the Hut, joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Salem by Night. Last we left off, you had been introduced to the collection of vampires in the city at what is called Elysium, which is a monthly gathering of the vampires of the city in what is considered neutral ground. You weren't introduced, but you kind of met the primogen of the city, the ruling council. You saw the prince of the city, Geraldine Birmingham, and you got to see some of the other members of society walking around and whatnot. You introduced yourselves, you gave some of your lineage, and then you partook of some of the blood dolls that they had on hand there as a gift and as a kind of show of good faith. And as Connie is satiating her thirst and she sees Albert kind of fumbling to get acquiescence from his vessel, and she sees Jane kind of drink with trepidation. She sees a familiar face step over to the group. It is a thin, smallish gentleman. He's wearing a velvet coat, a beautiful silk shirt, and these immaculate trousers with some riding boots. He has short black hair, a clean-shaven face, and as he approaches you, you see him click his feet together and he bows very gentlemanly. Miss Connie, what a pleasure. And in the company of the very fair Miss Arwen. And you see him turn to Jane and kind of give the same bow. Unfortunately, I don't believe I know the gentleman involved with you two, but it is, again, such a pleasure to see you. And he kind of holds out his hand to you first, Connie.
Oh, to me.
Yeah, that's you.
I will, I'll extend. I'm going to first look at Josh, if he's still around.
He's not paying attention. but he is about less than 20 feet away from you.
All right, and I'll just go ahead and extend my hand and say,
He takes it
mm,
and leans down and kisses your two middle knuckles. Um, he's like, I was scantily afraid that you might have forgotten me. It pleases me that I am somewhat familiar to you. And he extends his hand out to you, Jane.
Um, I'll give him like a once over and accept.
Okay. Does the same thing. He kisses your knuckles and bows deeply. Uh,
Great.
it has been some time. And you are, sir, and he extends his hand to you. Albert.
Good evening, sir. I am Albert Frost.
A patriot.
Uh,
Whereabouts are you from, lad?
oh, I'm from. Let me quickly check my notes because it's been a while since I've had to say it. I'm from over in Slough.
Oh, good people in Slough. I'm from Exeter myself, originally.
Oh,
Or
pleasure.
what is now Exeter, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I beg your pardon. It seems my two compatriots are familiar with you, but I have not had the pleasure of properly meeting you.
Of course, my apologies. My apologies. My name is Antoine Malcolm Davies. I'm at your service, sir, for Queen and Country.
Can I get that full name again?
Antoine Malcolm Davies.
For Queen and Country.
His,
Are you?
his picture is in the Discord if you want to see what he looks like.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Are you by chance one of the Primogen?
Oh heavens, no. If you weren't paying attention, I introduced myself as having returned to the city. I was in Los Angeles for some time. That's where I first met Miss Arwen.
Ah, interesting. I'm so sorry. I was a bit caught up in the becoming
Yes.
open.
Yes, it can be considered a lot to take in. I used to have a home here some time ago, which is how I met Miss Connie here. But I left, sought some of the world out for a bit, settled in Los Angeles until I couldn't anymore, and I've decided to come back and see old friends.
Wonderful to hear.
Mm. It's good to hear a familiar accent amongst and I use the term very loosely, gentle ladies, the rabble.
Honestly, I could. Anything's better than this old Yankee garbage.
Yes. I should have you around for tea, Mr. Frost, yes?
Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Davies.
Please. We are friends now. Call me Malcolm.
All right, Malcolm, and you can call me Albert or Professor. Preferably Professor Albert. I tried very hard to maintain that.
Of course. You've earned your degree.
I appreciate it.
Why
Thank
shouldn't
you.
you? Why shouldn't you live with it, Professor? Ladies, he bows to all three of you. If you ever have need of my services, please, all you have to do is ask. I'm sure Joshua would allow that. And he kind of looks at you, Connie, for a moment. And then, with a quick turn, he meanders over into the rest of the crowd. But for the first time, the three of you are left kind of alone with each other. The blood tulls have either moved away on their own or have been moved if you've drank a little bit too much from them. So how would you like to proceed? You have a file folder given to you by Samuel Hunter. And you have the whole room of kindred at your disposal.
Well, do we want to look at this together?
Um,
Maybe find a quiet spot somewhere and look this over?
we're at the Orpheum Theater?
We're at the Orpheus Theater, yeah.
Orpheus Theater. If it's all right with the both of you, I'm quite familiar with the space, actually. I believe we could head into the underground, the basement, and find us a quiet spot there to divulge on this information.
Fine with-
Sounds fine. Let's get to it.
Sure.
So you lead them to the basement door, and sure enough, you find that it is that familiar door that does say storage on it. It is not locked and actually slightly ajar.
Ladies first.
I'll go
I'll
ahead
go
and
first.
Oh, you'll go first? I'll
You
follow
go.
Jane.
All right. So Jane pushes open the door, and the first thing you see is a small hallway that goes about 10 feet in front of you. There's a really small incandescent light hanging from the ceiling with no shell around it. It's just the bulb, and it's kind of flickering in and out, mostly in. Every so often it just goes a little bit dark. But at the end of the hallway, there's a circular stairway of stone and this wrought iron handrail that goes along the wall around waist height. And as you descend for what feels like a good 30 or so feet, like 40 feet down, you come into what is a large catacomb-esque storage area. You can see these large rectangular stone wooden boxes that have faux stone kind of tossed on top, different motifs that they've used for different celebrations or festivals or themes. And you see that there is a small table off to the side underneath one of the lamps that is currently on, and there are 6 folding chairs that are up against a support pillar.
Okay. Sure, I think this will do. Who do I have it? I don't remember.
Yeah, who
Am I
has
holding
it?
the file? Who's holding the file?
Yeah, we'll say Connie has it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll start walking over to the table and I'll the desk area where the lamp is.
Yep.
Um
It's a simple
And-
square card table. A little bit of a faux leather top. You can see that it's worn. It's seen some use. There's 2 creased rings on opposite ends where you imagine a cup has lived for some time on these 2 opposite ends of the table. But right now there's no cups visible. It's just the 6 folding chairs.
all right, I guess everybody let's pull up a chair.
Yep.
Yep. So you all pull up chairs. You sit down at the card table. You open the file folder and you see what looks to be photographs. 8 by 11 kind of matte finish. What's it called? A photographs that have been taken with film traditionally. There's pictures of an old riverboat dock, all of them at night. There are two shots though that are taken during the day. They show a small boat with four dark clothed figures docking on the opposite side of the riverboat. The rest of the shots are of those or an equal number of figures that seem to be carrying two long rectangular wooden boxes away from the boat. There looks to be some kind of scratched writing on the side of the boxes. If any one of you would like to try to discern what the writing is, you could make a perception and investigation check.
Perception and investigation.
Yep.
Perception.
Yeah.
Perception.
Is sorry, a wits and an investigation.
Okay. Anybody want to try?
Yeah. Went for it.
Okay. Ooh, Albert got 3 successes.
Haha.
And that's a possibility of a critical,
Oh, what?
which is a critical. It is a critical success. 2 10s.
Wait.
Good job.
Oh shit. So do I roll again?
No.
Or is that second edition?
That's the second edition stuff.
Okay.
Joyce, is Jane gonna try, or are you good enough with?
Yeah.
Yep. So remember, go to the dice button on investigation. Oh, 4. Okay. So between the two of you, you notice that there is a series of 3 letters, and although Albert can make out the middle letter, the 2 side letters escape him. However, with Joyce's help, with Jane's help, you realize that the 3 letters are an acronym. There's an S, a period, an A, a period, a D, and period.
Sad?
I mean, that's what you are, but no, yes, that's the acronym. I would like to see the baby.
Oh, girl there. Sad.
Yep.
Sad. Is this a? Do these boxes look like coffins to you? To either of you? Do they look
Definitely
like-
fit human body in there.
You could, but they don't have the width to be a coffin.
Okay.
They look long enough, but they don't have that kind of
Yeah.
distance.
Does it for the length of the box? Does it like resemble more of like a child, like an animal, like a weapon? What kind of box?
You're assuming that a 10 to 13-year-old could fit in each box. Like a very thin or compressed body could fit in those boxes. But definitely no more than like a 12 or 13-year-old could fit in those boxes.
Okay, so
Children
what
have
is?
been going missing. You could probably fit. You could probably fit a 10 or 13-year-old in that box if we were really stretching it. Stretching the child. All right, I'll stop. It's fine.
Yeah.
Connie gives
Alright.
Albert a look of like, this guy. So what do they want us to do? Are we to retrieve these boxes? Are we talking to these 4 guys in the photo?
Well, remember, you also have a shotgun shell that was found by Samuel
Oh,
Hunter.
can we
What
investigate
can we do with
that?
that? Yeah.
Yeah, you can pop it open if
Okay.
you want. You could try to fire it from a shotgun if any of you have access to one.
Mm. I, I'm wearing my dress doesn't allow me to bring my
Oh
shotguns.
man, you gotta get pockets in that
Oh
dress.
no, only.
Imagine me pulling out a shotgun and just casually.
Oh, I have one here.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, why didn't you say so?
Well, maybe we could pop it open. Are there?
It's
Are there
specifically a
any?
shotgun shell.
Yes, it is a 12 gauge shotgun
Yeah.
shell.
I'm gonna. Oh, this is such a fucking stretch. Give me
Albert, lick
one
it.
moment. Oh, actually, I was thinking that, but no.
When in
If you
doubt, lick the
have,
thing.
if maybe just maybe, we could split up and search the basement for a gun. It's a possibility. You won't believe the last thing I found in this basement.
It's
I have
true.
to ask. What was the last thing you found in this basement?
Well, outside of my own death,
Death.
Oh,
it was a body with a. Actually, I made a very good joke about Bram Stoker's Dracula, but no one found it funny at the time, and I think that's why they turned me into a vampire. It's a whole different. It's a whole other thing.
I
It
look
was
at Jane.
it was a body, and
Looks,
like
looks like.
there was a stake in its chest, and it was tied to a pillar, and like it has to do this whole thing with Rome. Actually, now that we're on the subject of Rome, this is a complete non sequitur. Now that we're on the
You know
subject of
what?
Rome,
I'm so
get back
ready
on
to
subject.
just look around. I will investigate this
okay, yes,
underground,
yes,
you know?
yes,
Perfect.
yes. I
Sure.
I will go this
Perfect.
way, I guess. And we could split up evenly, or do you want to go in like pairs?
No, I'm good
Well, there's
alone.
3 of us, so there's no real pair.
It's fine. I think I
try-
know what a shotgun looks like.
Okay.
Right.
So,
Right.
so the 3 of you split off as Albert rambles about how to do the splitting up. There's a lot of stuff here in the basement that doesn't fit a theatrical aesthetic. There's you see that there's mounds of earth and dirt that have been kind of placed to one side, and it looks like people have slept in it. There's other kind of cots and such. There's a collection of different odds and ends. There's chains. There are manacles. It looks like this is a place that has seen anything and everything happen within its 4 walls. But as you all kind of meander into the same area together, you do come across a box that has hay and straw kind of coming up at weird angles, but there are some weapons in that case. There are 2 revolvers, a Tommy gun that looks pristine from the 1920s and 30s, and there is a almost top of the line kind of pump action Ithaca shotgun.
Found something.
Yeah.
Do we need guns? Like in general? Like, would it be smart for us to have guns?
I'm gonna keep a gun. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
leaving
want one
without.
too.
Yeah.
Do we have we have what 4 options here? Does anyone have a preference?
Shotgun.
Yeah, the shotgun. A Tommy gun is like one of those
Yeah.
guns, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
just like that.
I'll take the revolver. That seems unnecessarily heavy.
Miss Arwen, you going with the shotgun?
Mhm.
All right, then I would be happy to take the other revolver.
Right. So you guys are
Alright,
leaving the
we're
Tommy
leaving.
gun,
We're leaving the.
just like that. Every time we talk about the Tommy gun. All right. The revolvers are both loaded, and there is a box of bullets of ammunition in the hay itself. There is an extra drum for the Tommy gun, and there looks to be 3 loose shells. But otherwise, pumping the shotgun reveals that it is empty.
Can I just take a quick look at the bullet? It's like I want to compare this shotgun shell to to a normal shotgun shell.
Okay, sure. You can give
Yeah.
me a intelligence, and let's do science. If you don't have firearms.
I don't, but I got 4 in science.
Oh boy. So this should be a good roll for you. Yeah, 4 successes with a possible critical again, but it's not a critical this time.
It's not.
Yeah, it's okay. You had 1 critical already. So you hold them up to each other, and they look similar. The one that was given to you is a little deeper red. It feels a little weightier, a little heavier, a little more, has a little more mass inside of it. And the opening doesn't look to flower the same way. It isn't a 6-point flower. It only looks like a 4-point flower. And the kind of groove that covers the casing itself is a little bit thicker on the one that was given to you by the Primogen.
Well, we'll have to try it out, won't we?
What are we going to shoot?
I jokingly, but like half seriously, load it and point it at Albert.
So
You
see,
can't die.
Just give me like 1 second. Hold on.
you see Jane just shove the grab the thing out of your hand, shove it into the shotgun, and then pump it ready, and then just aim it at you.
I'm trying to see if like any of my dominate is gonna work here. Just to get this to not happen.
You could just try
I
talking.
mean, what's the worst that could happen, right?
I mean, we don't. I mean, we do. Miss Arwen, buy me dinner first. All right. So anyway, can we do something else, please?
Well, do you have any other ideas?
Yes, not me.
Yeah.
Or Miss Eastworm.
Aw,
Neither
you're
of
sweet.
and none of the 3 of us. We could do something else. We could I don't know.
We can't just take a shotgun outside. It's
There
the
was
theater.
that
It's 1984.
there was that sweet Nosferatu man. We could pay him. I bet he'd love that.
Oh Lord.
We could no, but what if we
How-
talk to one of those girls?
Will, how much money do I have on me right now?
Maybe like 1,000 lira.
Oh, it's useless in America.
Yep.
What if we don't shoot a person? What are we? Can we just shoot like a
Box.
like? Is there like a bag of rice down here or something? Or
Yeah.
What is the
there's-
possibility that there's a dead pig down here?
yeah,
There's
what if there's something else to shoot that doesn't need to
there
die?
there are a handful, if not two handfuls, of weird, exotic and esoteric kind of prop animals and prop things that have been built for shows, like fake bags of rice, fake livestock. You have an entire gamut of things to pull from down here. So as much as I would like to
Well, we only
see
have
Brandon get
one
shot,
bullet.
you could theoretically shoot something else.
We only have one bullet. And it's like, we're gonna have a more effective result if we shoot like a living thing. But I'll leave it up to you guys.
The problem is that I completely agree with you. I just don't. I actually hold on.
Science.
I'm not a living thing.
Science.
None of us are actually. How about
What about
we
one of the
could-
blood sacks upstairs?
I don't think they'd feel comfortable with that actually.
What if we
Okay.
offered them the promise of turning them? We don't have to. Like, what are they gonna do? Come back and be like, "You didn't turn me." Why don't we just kill them?
Does anyone know how much 1,000 lira is in American dollars?
I'm sure we could seduce her or them or whomever down here.
All right, hold on. Okay, maybe I have an idea. Fuck. All right. Okay. Do we all agree that this needs to be done on something living or non-living?
I don't care. I just want to get out of the basement. I hate this.
Oh, me too. This is incredibly traumatizing.
I think it needs to be
happened-
something living.
It was right over there. Right over there. Oh,
Well,
If you look where he points, you can still see some of the dried blood from where he was embraced.
aw. Is that you?
yes.
There's a small
Yeah, it was
spatter of
Alright.
blood where it happened.
It was not delightful. Not at all.
This
Let's
is a
go
very
upstairs.
nice trip down memory lane, but can we figure out what we're gonna do?
Sure. Yes, of course.
You hear, as you guys are kind of trying to figure out what to do, you hear footsteps coming down the steps, down the stairway.
Oh, company.
Maybe we should hide.
They're a little lighter, so it almost feels like a woman.
No. Why?
I'm gonna stealth. I'm going to immediately hide.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna try to hide behind something.
I will stay with shotgun ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide behind Jane.
Okay. Then try to make a dexterity and stealth roll, please. Let's see how good Albert Frost is. 3. Not terrible.
Not terrible.
So you hear the steps coming down and getting closer. The two ladies stand their ground, and this small, thin man slithers behind Jane Arwen and kind of creeps himself down and just crumples into this very hard to notice shape just behind her. As both of you are kind of standing your ground, you see this very, very kind of streets tough woman come down. She has jeans, what looks to be a Queen Live Aid shirt, a leather jacket, this stark blonde hair that just stops above her shoulders, and very, very kind of minimal makeup. When she comes down, she sees the two of you, she sees the shotgun, and immediately her hands go up and she's like, well, I definitely came into the wrong room, and I saw nothing. And if you excuse me, I will make sure that nobody else comes down so they can also see nothing. And she starts to back up towards the stairs.
Wait a second. Who are you?
She stops right as her hand is about to touch the railing. And she turns around.
I can probably also lower the shotgun a little bit.
And she turns around. And she's like, "I'm just, one of you, just part of the city. I don't want any trouble."
No trouble.
Okay, good.
What's the-
And she puts a step up on the stairs.
I'll apologize and become friendly and sorry, I didn't mean to scare you off there. We were just messing around.
I get you. I was looking for some of the elders. You aren't any of them though, so I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. And
wait, we're kind of hungry. Could you maybe bring one of those fine tall glasses of warm blood down here?
I could, but they're not allowed to leave the theater space.
I see.
Yeah, you'd have to talk
Do I-
to the prince about that, or whatever Primogen has donated them.
Pop out.
She steps back.
I'm sorry, but what is your name? I'm so sorry. I'm Albert Frost. What is your name?
She jumps back, and she's like, was he always there? Jesus. My name is Hannah Smalley. Look, like I said, I don't want any trouble. I don't know what you guys are doing, and I have no beef with you.
If I gave you 1,000 lira, would you be willing to be shot?
No.
Oh my god.
No, I wouldn't.
That's some way of going about it.
Alright. Good. I'm glad.
I appreciate the offer, though.
You're welcome.
Is there any way of charming her into coercing her somehow
I mean,
into being our test subject?
what disciplines do you have at your disposal? Let's take a look. You have presence, dominate, and fortitude. You could try dominate.
Okay.
What's mesmerize do? It's a rouse check and resist versus intelligence and resolve. Yeah, so before anything, you're gonna go down to the bottom of your character sheet and you're gonna hit that rouse button because you've got to rouse. You've got to rouse the blood. Oh, okay. So you got 0 successes. So that means that your hunger goes up to 2. But now you roll your manipulation plus your discipline, so you can hit that little button at the end of power. And
Of where?
mesmerize, at the end of mesmerize, you'll see it says manipulation and discipline, and then there's a die button right at the end.
Okay.
You can hit that, and it'll roll your discipline.
Okay. Which one? The one at the very, the right hand, all the way at the right hand side.
Yeah, it should be all the way to the right hand side on the line of the power.
Oh, okay. Next to mesmerize.
Yeah, so at the end of mesmerize, it'll say manipulation discipline. Yeah, no, that was the rouse check. So the next one over.
Okay. Okay.
So the first one is a rouse check. There you go. 3 successes. All right. So intelligence and resolve for her. So you see that she kind of is shaking her head at the offer of 1,000 lira, and then you come in and your blood stirs within you. What do you say to get her to change her mind?
First of all, try to make her feel at ease. So properly introduce myself, extend a hand. And then just sort of explain that we're trying to figure something out that's really important. And yeah, I don't know what else I could say.
She looks at you, and she looks down at the shotgun, and you see her kind of like tilt her head like she's listening to you, but she's kind of focusing on the shotgun. And then her eyes kind of shoot back at Albert, at Connie, and then back to you finally. And she's just like, I think I'll pass. But thanks. Thanks for the offer. I'll see if anybody upstairs wants to take you up on that. And you see her start to just make her way up the stairs. Hurriedly.
Well,
I think we still have a good chance if one of us goes up there and just tries to convince one of those girls to come down here. No? You think we'll get in trouble with the prince?
A little bit. Slightly.
Well, we'll only get in trouble if we get caught.
I mean, it's not like they'll be alive to tell him. They could just be drained when they find her.
I think there's a noticeable difference between the draining of someone and dying from a shotgun shell blow, a shotgun, but dying from being gun.
Gotcha.
Gun.
Yes.
So I don't know what else to say. I mean, whatever. We can just bury them in the ground. There's mounds of dirt over there. We'll do it. You don't have to go if that's like a place you don't wish to revisit. we'll just bury her out here. What other options do we have? I doubt any of these vampires are gonna take your Lyra.
I'm going to go and ask what is his name? Mr. Hunter, who donated the dolls for this evening, and then I will ask that primogen if we can politely murder one of them for science.
For science.
What could possibly go wrong?
So many things, but it's fine. Let's not think about that now. I'm being riled up by the possibility of learning.
That's what riles you up.
I'm off.
Oh no!
You
I'm
see
already
him,
up the stairs.
Yeah, you see him.
He's
start to
already up
just,
the stairs.
Yeah, you see him just the second he says I'm off, he starts skipping away like a schoolboy.
It's not in getting out of the fucking basement. I didn't realize how much that was gonna hurt.
Yeah. So the
Alright.
two ladies are left down in the basement.
So I'm Connie.
Jane Arwen, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Looks like we're on this. Do you want to go back upstairs, or is there more creepy stuff you want to see down here?
As you
I'm
say
ready
that,
to go upstairs.
As you say that, the three remaining chairs that were leaning up against the pillar, the support pillar, all slide and fall.
So it's haunted. Great.
Wait, can we further? Well, can I further investigate?
Sure. You want to approach the chairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure enough, as you go over to kind of see if something pulled them, or if they had just been leaned incorrectly, or whoever the last one was to pull the chair out, you see that as you step towards the chairs, you pass through what feels like a really cold area. Like you can feel it prickle your skin, almost like a reminder of what it was to be alive. And as you step through it, it kind of dissipates in the same instant. But there's nothing near the chairs that has kicked them over or pulled them down.
I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
With Sense the Unseen, do I have to ask for that? Or is that something that, like, if the opportunity is there, you'll tell me, hey, roll for this?
What does it say?
Sense the Unseen. Whenever there's something supernatural hiding in plain sight, the storyteller makes a hidden roll of wits and aspects against a difficulty they choose. Against an entity actively trying to stay hidden, the storyteller can call for a blind roll. Lisa, roll 7 dice for me. As a contest against the target's relevant pool. For example, detecting a vampire using obfuscate would be a roll. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something that you'll remind me that you have the ability to do, and then I'll make the roll for you.
Okay.
And we'll see if you can sense the unseen.
Okay.
All right. But on your way up, there is nothing hidden from you.
Sure.
What do you do, Connie, as you see Jane kind of step over? Do you stop when the cold spot hits you, or do you push through it, Jane?
Push through it.
Okay. Is that Pie?
This is Pippin.
Oh, that's Pippin. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see that there's no real discernible stop in her gait, but there is a kind of moment where the foot doesn't fall in the same kind of tempo. There's like a half-second delay, but she just steps over to the chairs and she just looks around But you from your vantage point, you don't see anything that's kind of like scampered off like a rat or anything. They just kind of fell over.
You see anything over there, Jane?
No, but I don't think we're alone here.
This seems fun. I'm gonna go. I'm not into the ghosts. They freak me out. I know I'm a soulless creature. I suggest you come too.
So you start making your way to the stairs. There's a moment where you go to grab the handrail, and it feels ice cold.
Jane, I think you should go too. It's starting to get really like poltergeisty in here.
Can I say something like, give us a sign?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. So you hear Jane speak out, and sure enough, you see one of the small woodland creatures that are some kind of set dressing for whatever show, just kind of falls over.
Any more signs? No, not, and that's not to the ghost. I'm asking you, do you need any more signs, Jane?
How do you think Albert's doing with
I'm gonna go
the
check.
thing?
I'm gonna go check. You gonna stay here? Just
I'll go
what?
with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So Albert, you get upstairs as all of this is happening, and you can see that
Okay.
the kindred are already starting to disperse.
What time is it?
It's maybe like midnight 30.
Can't hang.
But as you get into the main theater, you see that most of the Primogen are gone already. The blood dolls have been
Shit.
taken with them,
Great.
and the seats are already starting to be put back into their audience.
Okay.
The sheriff is available, and 2 of his whips are with him.
Is Isabella around?
No.
Oh shit! She didn't even say bye. I'll see her at home.
Yeah.
Oh, again. Guess I'm gonna walk over to the. Guess I'm gonna walk over to the sheriff.
Okay.
What was the name of Connie's?
Joshua.
Joshua Allen.
Joshua. Is he there?
Yes, he's one of the 2
Ah.
whips with him.
Okay. Okay, we're just gonna walk over to the sheriff.
Okay. He looks at you approach. He's like, "Can I help you with something?"
Yes, actually. If I paid you 1,000 lira, would you be willing to be shot by a shotgun shell that we have no idea what it does, but we've been asked to by one of the Primogen to figure out what it does?
He looks at you, and then he looks over at Josh, and he looks over at the female
I am
Primogen
smiling.
next to him on the other side, and then he just looks back at you. He's like, well, which one of you wants to handle this for me? And before the female can do anything, Josh steps forward, grabs you by the shoulders, turns you around, and starts to walk with you towards
All right.
the entrance to the theater.
Okay. All right. I
He's like,
understand what that means.
like, No, no. Let me make sure that that you get outside safely.
Um, I co- we uh,
And as you
the
get to the
question
doors,
didn't come out of my mouth the way I wanted it to.
yeah, I don't think anything came out of your mouth the way you wanted it to. And as he opens the door,
I haven't talked to other people in so long.
you see Connie and Jane standing there.
Oh, you're both.
The
Did,
two of you
did you already
see
shoot something?
Joshua forcibly pulling Albert out of the theater.
I'm
Did
gonna
you all-
start walking much faster toward him now.
Oh no, you're right next to
Did
each
you guys
other.
already shoot something?
Yeah. Like literally, the door opens and both of you are standing in front of each other.
What did you, Albert? What? I'm guessing it didn't go well.
I haven't really talked to people in a very long time.
He just offered the
That's-
sheriff
Oh,
a
God.
1,000 lira to get shot.
We're doomed.
It also was in English, and I've been speaking Italian for the last, God, what, 30 years? So it's not. I just, I'm just trying to do. Connie, I'm just gonna walk away.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at Josh and be like, so
handle him.
the mission that you want me to go on with these folk is now includes this shotgun shell, and it looks different than other shotgun shells. We should probably shoot it, but we don't know who to because that's why he's asking if we should just shoot the
This-
sheriff.
This is Elysium. So I don't know if your sire explained to you, Albert, but as
No.
I explained to Connie, Elysium is a safe haven. There's no violence during an Elysium. So your test has to take place somewhere the fuck else.
All right,
What?
time to go find someone to shoot in the streets.
Also, before you leave, go downstairs and pick up a duffel bag. I don't want you walking around with a shotgun just slung over your shoulder.
Right.
Can you apologize to him for me?
And he,
I
he
did-
turns
I
he
didn't-
turns
I
around and
didn't-
closes the doors to the theater.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
He's
It's been a
gonna-
long time.
It's gonna Albert. It's fine. It's fine.
I
He'll
don't-
get
I
over it.
don't-
He'll get over
don't-
it.
I don't think
It's fine. We
fine.
didn't shoot anybody. You were right. We
Yes.
shouldn't. It's better we didn't shoot anybody inside of the theater.
They're going to rip my head off my body.
He might. But let's start figuring out what our next steps are. I guess we need to get a bag for the shotgun, and just start looking for a victim, huh? Maybe we could find a nice rat, or
Or like an old person.
Or like
Oh,
an
Lord.
old person.
So where's this duffel bag? Did you say it was in the basement?
Downstairs,
Do we
yeah.
have to go back?
oh, we have to go back.
Do you not want to go back downstairs? I'll do it if you need me to.
Look,
Yeah,
look.
Albert,
If you,
can you get the duffel bag for us?
Sure. Did you see where was it near where we found the gun?
Yep.
All right. I'll be right back. Can you just go? Connie, can you just go apologize to the sheriff?
I will
me.
as soon as you come back with the bag.
Yeah, can you actually do it while I'm gone?
I can actually do it when you come back with the bag.
Could you actually do it while I'm gone?
You know, if you come back with the bag, I'll apologize for you.
I'm actually not going to move until I have confirmation that while I am gone, because this is going to be on my mind for the rest of the evening now. I haven't really talked to people in so long. This is thrilling and nerve-wracking.
Oh my God! I'll apologize to the sheriff. Just go get the duffel bag.
Okay, I'll go get the duffel bag.
So
And I'm
he again, this time a little sadder, skips off towards the basement. As he disappears behind the door, does Jane actually go to apologize for
Yeah.
him? Oh, what a good person.
Yeah.
All right.
Begrudgingly.
Yeah. So you go into the theater, and as you walk in with the shotgun in hand, you see the sheriff and the female whip just kind of react abrasively. And it takes Joshua stepping between you to kind of like let him know that you're not going to use it, that you just kind of have it.
Right.
And the sheriff comes over, is like, what in the fuck are you doing with a gun here? Like, this is Elysium.
It's actually just a prop.
I nod furiously with her. It's a prop.
But have we been formally introduced before?
No.
Okay,
The
so-
sheriff is one of those people that expects everyone to know who he is, and everyone to kind of respect him regardless of whether or not he's earned that respect.
Okay. Well, I'll introduce myself since I know who he is.
Yeah.
And
Brandon, is that your dog being
I guess
a complete asshole?
It's my dog.
Oh, okay. It's the little miss.
does everyone have a dog?
I have a Leela. She's barking out there.
Will, why do you have so many dice in your head?
You can hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try to be more secretive next time.
Oh no.
But the sheriff just kind of looks at you. He's like, "Yeah, I get it. You're new. There's leeway. We understand. Just it's one of these things that we expect your sires to take care of." And he kind of glares at Joshua. And Joshua's not even looking at him, but he feels it. And after a moment, he's just like, "Look, get a duffel bag from downstairs. There's some equipment if you're gonna need something. Just if you're gonna take anything big from downstairs, just let us know. We need to make sure that we keep an account of what we have access to and what we go lending out."
Don't worry, a bag is in transit.
No. My apologies for any disturbances, and for that strange man that asked you that very strange question earlier.
He is a fucking strange man.
He hasn't spoken to a lot of people in a long time.
Yeah,
So
I don't know if I believe that. Given who his sire is, but all right, we're cleaning up in here, so if you don't mind, you can go back outside.
Okay.
No.
All right. Thank you.
As Albert reaches the bottom of the basement and revisits his place of death, you notice that there's these three figures that kind of follow you over to the box where the Tommy gun is. One of them is very feminine, and the other two seem to be male in presence. But the moment you come down into the basement, they kind of start to huddle around you. They're a good 3 or 4 feet away from you. but they do kind of stay in this little triangular formation around you. But sure enough, you reach
Has
into
this
the
happened to me
box.
before?
It's happened to you in Italy. There was
Mm.
a kind of similar shadow person that followed you around the monastery, and Isabella told you that sometimes, given your ability with what some call obtenebration, you could see dead people. You could interact with them. They might want to interact with you if they notice you noticing them.
I'm just gonna put my hand out. Kind of like Buongiorno.
All three of
I'm
them.
Albert.
All three of them disappear,
Okay.
and the place goes
I grab the bag.
cold.
Grab that fucking bag and go.
Okay. You see that as you grab the bag, and for the first time in a long time, your heart feels like it's racing. The floor beneath you starts to feel like molasses. Every step is strained, and it feels like the stairway just gets further and further away from you with each step. Make a willpower roll for me, please.
What the fuck are you doing to me?
Oh,
110.
110. Okay, but 3 successes total. Sure enough, you feel this grip of icy cold just kind of wrap itself at different points of your legs, almost like 3 pairs of hands are kind of holding you back, and you manage to shrug them off and just book it to the stairs.
No, thank you. Not today. No, thank you. But maybe tomorrow. Goodbye.
No, thank you, and not today. As you run up the stairs, and the two of you see Albert come rushing out of the doorway, the storage doorway that leads.
Let's leave. Why don't we leave?
Duffel bag
let's
in
leave.
tow.
Let's go. We should leave.
All right. Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Okay. All right.
Let's go shoot. Let's go
Gotta
shoot an
put
old
away the
person.
shotgun.
Let's go shoot an
Okay.
old person. So many good clips.
Should I go back in and say anything to my sire? Let him know I'm off a hunting. Does he care? I
That-
don't know how this works.
Is that a me question, or are you asking the group?
I'm gonna tell the group. I'm gonna just let him know I'm gonna go hunting because he's a bit protective. I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So I just run in and I go. I'm gonna.
The second
Dinner.
she leaves the two of you, Albert, you feel that cold kind of grip start to wrap itself around your feet again. And it almost feels like the shag rug is getting deeper, and you feel yourself sinking into it.
Do you? Is it cold for you, Miss Arwen? Are you cold?
No.
Seems fine to me.
Ah, wonderful, 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 absolutely wonderful. How about we step outside, like outside, not like outside the room, but like concrete outside.
Sure. Just need to put
Okay.
away the shotgun first.
I thought we were okay.
We already
And
do
you
that.
see that as he says that, he tries to step towards the door, and you see him kind of having to lift his leg up almost exaggeratedly, like a cartoon character, almost like if he was imagining the rug to be this sticky kind of rat trap. But you, with some effort, you do manage to pull yourself free from the shag rug and pull yourself into the outside hallway, the inner hallway rather, where the ticket booth guy is gone, and the two double doors to the outside world, for the first time, are very welcoming to you. Connie, you see that Josh is finishing up some stuff, and that he's the only one left in the theater at this point.
All right. So, I'm gonna go with these folks and get this started. So,
All right, well, be safe. Don't get yourself caught out there before the sun rises.
I won't.
Yep.
Okay. Well. Bye. And I just turn around and I just go back to the door.
There's an awkward pause as you go up to the door, and you just barely hear under his breath. He's like, "Go get him, Slugger."
I'm just gonna keep walking.
Yeah.
I'm 24.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep walking.
You can tell that there was an awkwardness of him just assuming that's what is supposed to be said at that moment.
Yeah, no, it's just that's awkward.
Yeah.
He called me Slugger.
But yeah, you make it outside and you see that Jane is out by the double doors. Albert's nowhere to be found. But she does have the duffel bag with the shotgun inside of it.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So we're ready to go. Where did Albert go?
I have no idea, and I'm not going to question it.
Okay. All right. So
Perfect interactions.
I guess we'll just start walking and hope he finds us.
Yeah. No, well, as soon as you get out of the theater, you see that he's standing there, like just kind of touching the concrete.
It's nice. It's nice. It's not. It's slightly warm. It's not cold. It's the coldest bit. I don't understand why it was so cold in there. It was shag carpeting. Why was it cold? Hello. Are you cold? Like your feet? Are they cold?
No.
Well, I'm dead, so
Oh. That makes it so much more curious. Why was I so cold? It must have been them. They had to have done it. Interesting.
maybe your Lyra are falling into your shoes.
Did you also see the ghost downstairs?
Did we see a ghost downstairs? Jane?
No. Ghosts? No ghosts.
Perfectly normal, creepy basement to me.
Yeah.
Just me. Oh. Wonderful.
Perfect. The crazy begins.
Anyway.
So yeah. So
We
you
have
guys
to find something to shoot.
You guys are standing outside the old historic downtown area of Salem. Where would you like to go? It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and you have about 5.5 hours before the sun rises.
I don't think this is the witching hour for the elderly. I think we'd be better off like shooting like a possum or some other nocturnal mammal.
We could just wake one of them up.
You want to wake up an elderly person and shoot them with a shotgun?
Isn't that the idea? Wasn't that the whole plan?
I mean, there's a level of conspicuousness that we should probably be aware of. I don't know if so we have to break in to a home where there's an elderly person and then shoot them?
We could find a homeless person.
I guess we could find a homeless person.
Or a dog.
I'm fine with a homeless person or a raccoon. Just, I think either way we'll get a similar result.
Yeah. We just need a warm-blooded creature.
I can't shake the feeling that it has to be someone who was embraced.
Oof.
Hmm.
Okay.
And that's a problem.
So you're a professor, right?
Yes.
Well, what did you teach?
Um did I actually have a class, or was I just like a professor of like research?
No, you're a professor of research.
All right. I didn't. Okay, but I'm glad you asked that. I actually didn't. I never actually taught a class. It's like a doctorate kind of thing, but not, because I'm not a doctor. I'm a professor. Um, I study because it's a lifelong thing, even though we're dead. I study anthropology.
Okay.
Yes.
So
So I'm, in other words, particularly useless in this endeavor.
why don't we walk? Let's just walk and see if we find a living thing. It could be a homeless person. It could be a dog. Let's just and hope for a homeless person.
If we
Alright.
turn a homeless person and then shoot them with the shotgun, would that work? Or is the whole problem that we won't know, because we only have one of them, right? We only have one bullet.
Right.
And it's the problem that if we shoot someone who's embraced,
And they die.
would it have still... No, I'm sorry. If we shoot someone who's alive and they die, we still don't know the effects the bullet would have on someone who's dead, like us. Because Mr. Hunter was very concerned about the bullet.
Fair enough. I think you might be right. So we need to find someone to turn in 4 hours.
I mean, it can be done, but we're not really supposed to do that, are we?
Not really, no. I mean,
Maybe
for
there's
some-
someone who
it's for
specializes in
science.
this kind of bullet stuff, and we don't have to shoot it. We just take the bullet to a person that can open it and tell us what it is. Maybe there's a
Oh,
trusted
that'd be smart.
ammunition expert used in the vampire community. Do you want me to ask?
Oh, we're just gonna
Since
turn
you're-
around. We're just gonna turn
Since
around
your
and walk
sire's
back.
Ugh,
We've already walked like a block.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk back. You're right.
Do you want to play rock, paper, scissors, and whoever loses, Jane gets to shoot?
I don't want to be shot.
Neither do I, but it seems like
rock paper scissors. You know what?
I'm just...
You know what? Because I'm pretty good with medicine. It should be you then. I can
I'm
heal
not-
you.
I really like the rock, paper, scissors idea.
I bet you
I
do.
think it's really stupid. I don't want to be shot.
I
What
also
if
don't
I
want to
don't
be
wake
shot,
up,
but
Albert?
it feels like we understand what needs to happen, Jane, do you have any input whatsoever? Because you're just very quiet right now.
I mean, I still go with my initial idea of shooting you as a volunteer. As a
Oh,
very
all
gracious
right.
volunteer.
Aren't you glad that you asked
all
for
right.
her input?
No, I'm not actually.
That's 2 against 1.
Yeah, but
Albert.
the one over here is asking for like
Democracy.
rock paper scissors democracy.
But democracy, you have 2 votes. So we are the majority.
Democracy.
Yes, but if I believe I understand this correctly, in the electoral college that is our group, I have 30 points, and I win versus the popular vote, which is you two. So
But
rock
we
paper
have the
scissors it is.
gun.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Oh god.
All right, Jane. If you have to shoot me, just shoot him next, okay? With whatever you find.
Gotcha.
We only have the one bullet.
I know, Albert. All right.
This is not going to end well.
No, it's not. Are we doing what? Best out of 3?
No, I think that's going to take too long. We should just go for the one.
Okay. Okay.
That's
All right,
ballsy.
Jane,
Okay.
count us down.
Alright. It's gonna be 3, 2, 1, shoot.
3, 2,
Got
1,
it?
shoot. Okay.
Alright.
All right.
All right.
3, 2, 1, shoot.
Oh fuck.
I believe that's you.
Honestly,
think
if we would have just done this in the first place, could have saved us a whole lot of time and embarrassment.
Just shoot you in a limb you don't use.
I used all my limbs.
I'll just.
I'm
yeah.
just gonna close my. I'm just gonna close my eyes. I'm just gonna close my eyes. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Can we just get this over with?
He's gonna
All right, just gonna need you to
gonna
hold out
nope the fuck out.
your hand
My hand. All right, I'm gonna do my
little
left hand. All right.
further
let's
away
get-
from your body.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's good enough.
All right.
All right,
I don't like this game anymore.
you'll be fine. Nothing to worry about.
I can heal you.
Sure.
My hand's not gonna grow back.
It might not, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so I'm taking out the shotgun.
Yep.
I'm prepping
Okay.
it.
All right.
Aiming.
Just don't give me the play-by-play. Just do it.
All right.
Bang!
So you're gonna roll firearms and dexterity, and let's see what happens to our boy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, doo-doo. Wait, what do I roll?
Dexterity and firearms.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not gonna end well.
Yeah, it's not gonna end well at all. So you see in a look of bravado and just acceptance and joy at the fact that she gets to fire this shotgun, Jane spreads her legs, holds the shotgun out towards Albert's extended hand, and pulls the trigger in the middle of the street of Salem, Oregon in 1984. The barrel glows red as the shotgun shoots out, and there's this spew, this plume of fire that comes out as the shotgun shells shoot out and take out the ring finger and the pinky on Albert's hand, and singeing the entirety of his hand up to halfway up his forearm, burning his clothes, his shirt in the process. But the car behind him has these burning, gaping hole in its engine, and you see it starting to catch fire. Like the oil in its reservoir is just starting to light up, and the car itself is on fire now. And you can just see lights turning on from the different apartment buildings nearby. And people start to look in the direction of this loud thunder crack of a shotgun blast that has happened in the city streets. Albert now has 2 less fingers on his left arm. Your shotgun looks to be somewhat melted on the inside. The rifling is definitely eaten away. You could probably get away with firing regular bullets, regular shells out of it, but another one of these would definitely destroy the shotgun. But sure enough, you see that the fire itself has eaten away at the undead flesh of Albert's arm in such a way that Albert, you have no fortitude, so that doesn't help you with your health.
No, not at all.
But I rolled low, so you only take 4 points of aggravated damage.
How do I mark that
All right,
on this?
so let's go to your character sheet so we can show people. If we go to your health, if we go to your health, you'll notice that you normally have 6 maximum health.
Yeah.
The one line is called superficial damage. The X is your aggravated damage. So as you see me here using the boxes, you should have 4 X's, and then you have 2 health levels of undamaged health. You can go left to right if you want to. I went right to left.
Okay.
But you imagine, now that you've seen it in action and now that you've actually felt the shotgun blast firsthand, that this is something that is designed to eat the undead flesh. It is something that has been designed specifically to eat away at the undead or anything supernatural, really. The fire burns almost like a sun, like a speck of sun has just kind of sliced through your fingers. Like, there was no shock at the loss of the fingers. It was more of the shock of the burning sensation that ate away the 2 fingers almost instantly. Your hand looks like a husk of what it was. And it is frozen in this kind of hook, like little U shape. No, your thumb isn't out. It's in.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh wait, did I lose my fucking thumb?
No, your thumb is there. It's just the act of the pain recoiled it inside, and it froze in the inside of your hand. So whereas you had your hand outwardly extended when you were looking to be shot, the second these 2 were lost, your thumb came in almost reflexively, and as your fingers came in, they froze in this position, in this hook.
The claw.
And your hand is blackened halfway up your forearm.
Oh no.
I'm
You're not left-handed, right?
no, thank God no, he's right-handed.
Okay. You can
I
still
thought
take
this through.
notes.
Yep.
Good. You can take all the notes you can on what's happened to your arm.
I will.
Albert, I think you were right.
Really? Really? I think so too.
How are you doing over there? Also,
Painful.
we have to go.
Very,
Can
very
I
painful.
go over there and try to investigate it? in good
you wanna
faith.
you wanna investigate his husk?
I want to investigate his husk and see if
Okay.
there's any
Can we
not-
sort,
You-
anything
can we
I
not-
can do
can we
to
not-
ease the
I
pain.
see. There's a child looking at me from that window. Can we
Yeah,
not do
as
this right
you-
here?
as
Okay, okay,
you-
let's go into the alley. Let's go into the alley. Let's go into the alley.
I wave at the kid.
Don't wave at the kid.
he immediately
child I made
ducks. Yeah, he immediately ducks behind the windowsill and closes the blinds.
That's gonna be
Okay.
nightmare material.
Yep. But as you guys
Good for them.
step into the nearest alley, the nearest dark alley at least, you all kind of shy away. You can hear sirens now in the distance. But as you kind of look at Albert's husk of a hand, you immediately notice that it's burnt to shit, and that he has lost the use of his hand until he can find the blood within himself to heal it.
Oof. This looks horrible. So it looks like it combusts and makes some sort of a fire, more so than a regular shotgun shell.
Feels like it.
Mm.
Like if you touch it, it sends excruciating pain through his body.
So I'm gonna touch it.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
His
Let's
whole
not do that. Let's
his
not do that.
whole
Let's not do
body
that.
just seizes up.
Oh, I'd appreciate if we didn't do that ever again.
All right. So mystery solved.
Yes.
Not
Well,
really.
sort of. Now we
Go on.
know that someone's targeting the undead.
Yeah. And they have the weapons to do it. This is scary. I wonder then what those boxes are now in the photos. Maybe they are weapons.
Probably just more of these bloody bullets.
Maybe. Now I see why they want us to investigate this.
Because
Okay.
three of us go second die. Die number 2 doesn't matter. That's fine.
You hear
I mean-
you hear a voice from behind the dumpster. Shut up out there. People are trying to sleep.
Who's that?
You asking?
Yeah.
It's like, mind ya.
Mind you who?
Mind your
Can you
business.
keep it down?
Oh, I'm gonna walk over to them
Oh, no.
Oh,
with the claw out.
Okay. You see that behind one of the large green dumpsters is this kind of box, this cardboard box fortress. And
Okay.
you can see what looks to be just this older gentleman who kind of has no mustache, this wild untamed beard, this wild messy tussle of sandy brown hair, and then he's got this young girl who doesn't look a day over like 15 or 16 that is kind of asleep. She's in a state of what you imagine is undress, but she's got like some kind of oversized clothes as blankets, and like she has some kind of oversized clothes as a pillow, and the guy kind of hears you rustling about, and he turns to look at you. He's like, you got a real problem, huh? With your hand. Maybe you should go to the
Just a-
hospital.
I promise you, it's not going to do me any good. I don't have insurance.
Oh, well, I don't have insurance either, so just keep
That's
it down
fine.
out there.
I will. What's your name?
You know,
Unless it is Mind Ya. I've never met someone named Mind Ya.
it yeah, I tried real hard. I tried real hard, Ellie, and I just, and you see him start to stand up. And he's like, look, I'm gonna count to 3, and if you're still here when we get to 3, we're gonna have a learning situation. 1, 2, 3.
Alright. I'm already turning around.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. You have a good night and shut the fuck up. And you hear him start to get back down onto the floor of his cardboard palace.
I'm gonna get real close to my 2 compatriots over here. I get like up in their ear close.
Do you allow it?
There's a jack. There's a bit. I'm not sure if you just heard. There's a bit of a jackass over there. I'm not sure if either of you are hungry, but I'm particularly parched myself. If I don't know, like a pack thing, like the 3 of us. There's only 2. One of them is a very young girl.
Oh, you want us to?
I mean, that's what we do.
That's a no. We can
I
find
mean-
someone else.
All right.
Well, the truth is that she needs them to be intoxicated.
All right.
I mean, you and I, sure.
I mean,
But
there's.
then it wouldn't be the 3 of us. It wouldn't be a buffet.
I mean, Jane could hold the shotgun.
You're gonna stick them up for their blood?
It'll work. I'm just now very agitated. A lot of things have happened in the last 5 minutes, maybe less.
Yeah.
Will feeding help his hand situation?
Blood will definitely help him. He's gotta find it in himself to rouse his blood to help him heal. You can heal 1 aggravated damage per night, but it costs you, I believe, 3 rouse checks.
Oh, wow.
This is not 2nd edition.
No. Let me find healing for you.
The problem is I have a feeling about this gentleman. I have a feeling about him, and I'm worried that if I go through with the action that I've already stated, this is going to be a very bad outcome.
Well, it's bad enough that we've already drawn attention to ourselves with a shotgun blast, and the police are already on their way. So they're going to see 3 presumable humans feeding on some vampires, and one has a claw for a hand. Like, we're not even going to jail. They're just going to pick us off.
And then we eat the police.
And then,
And it's just like a whole thing.
and then we're just outlaws. I mean, I guess we are anyway. We are vampires after all. But,
We exist outside the law.
True. But do we want to test it with the law?
No. The answer is no. It's not the time, not the place. You gotta keep it together over there, claw hand.
I'm working on it. Not having a good time, but I'm working on it.
Why don't you offer them your lira?
I thought about it.
Yeah, because that's gone so well.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I feel like it's
Hasn't worked out.
burning a hole in your pocket.
It is,
so-
seeing as I've been in Italy for so long. And now here I am in America.
Well. Oh, all right. You're still looking up the healing?
Yeah. You gotta wait until the next nightfall, and it does cost you 3 rouse checks.
Oh my god.
So
and
in
it's
theory,
done. It's
it's
done
gonna
at the
take me-
beginning. It's done at the beginning of the night. So once you rise, you do your rouse check to come up out of slumber, and then you do 3 more to heal, if you so desire.
Whee, okay. But I can't just like try and use blood to heal. I can't like feed to heal during the night. I can't like spend a whole night trying to heal back.
Technically no, but you could use it as a story purpose that you've fed, so you have the blood to to attempt to heal yourself. I mean, you
So
did
eating
feed.
this guy is not gonna do me.
No,
Okay.
it's not gonna start your healing process.
Okay. Alright, then unless he wakes up again, I'm going to ignore him.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do? The sirens are getting closer.
Yeah,
have to
we
get
need
out of
to
here.
leave. We need to go. Where's everybody staying?
Home?
Right.
Which is a strange question.
I don't know. I don't know if you came from out of town or.
Originally, yes, I'm from Slough. Where are you from?
As she looks through her notes.
As I look through my notes, I am. Where am I from?
You're Salem
I feel
girl.
like- Oh yeah, I'm from here. No, I'm not from here. I am from here.
I'm glad we're choosing this as the moment to get better acquainted with ourselves.
Yep.
It's been a long night.
So are we gonna go out the alley or back towards the homeless man?
No. We're gonna go somewhere else. We need to go far away from both the homeless man and where the sound came from.
I'm just asking in direction because we can either go back to the street with everyone, with the car, or we can just go the other way.
No.
Guess the other way.
If you'd like to
he's-
make an intelligence and streetwise check, you can discern where you are in relation to the Orpheus Theater.
Okay. You said it's an intelligence streetwise check?
Yep.
Nice.
Where do you get streetwise from? Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not gonna get this.
So Albert got a 1. You weren't paying attention to which direction you were going in.
I don't even live here.
Yeah. Connie got 2 successes. Jane got 1. So yeah, Jane and Albert weren't really paying attention. Jane was just thinking of how soon she could get into the shotgun so she could shoot the shit out of somebody. Albert was thinking about how not to be the person that was getting shot at. But Connie was paying some attention, and you know that you're south of the theater itself. So you're you're not even going in the direction of where the pictures might have led you, which is the northern area of the city where the riverboat docks are.
So I say we go around the block and turn ourselves around so we can head toward the docks. Because we're south and we need to go north.
We're not west.
No.
Oh my.
Mm-mm.
What time
We're
is it?
It's about to be 2.
Sunrise is at
How-
5?
Sunrise is at 6:30.
6:30.
We'll go about 3 hours.
We got a few hours. We can definitely head over there and investigate. And
Sure.
Right. Let's just try not to get into any trouble.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Albert.
Hook
What?
hand.
I'm sorry, why me?
If there's any talking involved, just let us do it, okay?
I'm a very charismatic man. Excuse me. I'll have you know, I had emphasis on had a wife and a daughter, and I'm just gonna fucking ramble on my whole life story while we walk.
Okay. Yeah. So he just talks about how he met
Oh,
his
God.
wife,
Tune out.
their marriage, you know how they tried for the child and they finally got it and things like that. Like he literally does give you his life story if you pay attention to him.
Her name was
Has it been 3
Lydia.
hours? At this point, I would rather the sun rise. Because it feels like it's been that long.
It takes you about an hour 10 to get to the north side of the city, and you start to get to the point where you start seeing the old excuse me, the old dry docked riverboats, and you can see the one in question. Excuse me. There's no boat docked opposite it like it was in the pictures, but you do see the riverboat that was in the pictures itself. It's called the Quiet Queen, and it's a historical landmark of the city, especially for kindred. But that's something that you'll have to talk to people about. In across the street from the docks and the marina, there is a set of what used to be entertainment houses that have now been turned into warehouses for local businesses and things like that, people that want to rent them out. There are some low-cost apartments around the area, and there are some bars and spots that are open for folk of the evening. What would you like to do as you arrive at this intersection?
Jane, are you hungry?
Actually.
Always.
Okay, so we're trying to figure out. I mean, are we trying to figure out what's in these, in the boat?
Yeah.
Um,
what is it? The Quiet Queen?
Quiet Queen.
Right. I mean, we could go to the bar so that I can potentially feed and maybe get some info.
We could do that. I mean, our options are do that or try to sneak onto the boat and do our own investigation.
Yeah.
Does it look like there's a lot of people around? Like if we were to try to go over there?
No, the marina's closed. There's one guard in the gatehouse. That's about it. The warehouses also have guards that kind of are patrolling the grounds, but there's only one on a given side of it at any time.
Well,
What if we split up?
we can do that. Me and Albert can go to the riverboat if you're open to that. Unless
Yep.
you have another idea, Albert.
I'm up for it. Sounds like it'd be a good idea. I can tell you more about this whole Atlantis thing I'm trying to figure out.
Hook hand.
Because I started on it about two blocks ago, but then you both seemed to stop paying attention. But it's fine, because now there's just both of us. I can tell you a bit more
You know
about
what?
my
Why don't we
research.
walk toward the boat?
I mean, sure.
Talk to me
Atlantis
about
is
what
on
you
the
know
water.
about boats.
They float.
Best of luck, guys.
Thanks. I'm gonna need it.
Well, best of luck to you too.
So, as Albert and Connie make their way over to the guard at the marina, Jane starts her trek towards the bar just down the street called The Last Call. This is where we will pick up the next episode of our series.
Nice.
I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed Albert's life story as much as Connie did. And be safe. Take care of each other. Please get out there and vote. And hopefully we will see you in the next installment of Salem by Night. Good night. And have a pleasant evening.